Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Tips, Cut the Gibberish. Come on in. I'm excited to be here with you today. Come in and share, say hello and share where you're coming in from if you're joining me live, or if you are joining on our YouTube channel. We are streaming in various different places. So if you're joining us on YouTube, go ahead and click that subscribe button or ring that bell so you can be notified every time that we do go live. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 reasons people don't follow up. Follow up is a very, very big topic. A lot of follow up gets left on the table. It doesn't get done, which also leaves money on the table. So we're going to discuss that in just a moment. Share with me also something fun you did over the holiday weekend. I hope everyone had a great Easter weekend this past weekend. For me, it was very, very busy. On Friday, I spent most of the day with my high school senior who's getting ready to graduate. She had quite a few things going on for seniors on Friday. We had senior photos. She did her senior walk through her elementary school. Lots of fun stuff going on. And then Saturday, I made a trip about an hour away to put some flowers on my grandparents' grave. And then I also had to come back and do a little work just because I left the office early on Friday. I had to come back and finish up on Saturday, which was okay. And then, of course, Easter we celebrated by going to church and celebrated with family, having a nice family Easter meal. So share with me in the comments how you celebrated the holiday, what it looked like for you. I did get to see one of the littles. I didn't get to see all 3 of the littles. So we had to kind of share time, with every family. So we will see them probably later this week. So share with me what you did this weekend to celebrate the holiday. I hope everyone had a great holiday weekend. And we're going to go ahead and dive into 3 reasons people don't follow up. Number 1, they don't know where to start. Most people ask, where do I start from the get-go? The reason is because even simple tasks usually have multiple moving parts. And when you're making decisions in a business or even in a household for that matter, you have to consider other people and the impact of your decision on external forces. So not knowing where to start will often stop people from even starting at all, right? So if you're new in your business, or maybe you have been in business for a little while, but you have not got a follow-up system in place for your business, you're losing money. You're leaving money on the table, and that's not something you want to do. So if you don't have a follow-up system in place, I highly recommend you get one in place quickly and start following up with those that you have been connected with in the past clients, people you've met at past networking events, whatever that looks like for you. You definitely want to have a system in place so that you're following up with these people on a regular basis, whether it's once a month, once every 6 months, once a year, whatever that looks like for you. And I'll speak more to how you can do that in just a few moments. So on to number 2, lack of value and expectations. If someone doesn't understand the value of doing something, they just won't do it. So the classic example is the Karate Kid, okay? Young Daniel didn't see any value in wax on, wax off, right? He thought it was crazy and stupid. He expected to learn karate, not how to wax a car. So he was frustrated with the experience in the beginning, right? Now, because it was a movie, he put up with the training, also because he had his coach watching over him all day. But in real life, people just walk away from the task or never start it to begin with. You also have to have expectations. What do you want the outcome to be? If you're not clear on the outcome, it makes it hard to pursue the task, right? So when you're following up with those that you've met or those that's, in your world, What's your expectations? What do you want to accomplish by following up with that person? If you've had a one-on-one conversation with them in the past and you follow up with them, what are you expecting? For me, I'm just expecting a response. I do follow up constantly. This is my niche area, so I know a lot about follow up. But I'm expecting a response, just for them to, if I send emails, just tell them hello, how's things going. I'd love to, schedule a conversation and, bring each other up to date, what's been happening with you in your business and in your world. And I can share the same with them if we have a follow-up conversation to our one-on-one conversation we've had in the past, right? So those in your world or in your network, you definitely want to stay up to date with them and what they have going on, or, things change all the time. My business today does not look the same as it did back in 2019, for that matter, after I had only been in business for a year. Everything is so different. I didn't have a team back then. It was just me. I was a solopreneur at that time. So lots of things have changed within my business. Now, if I have not spoken with someone since 2019, maybe I met them in 2019, we had a one-on-one conversation, and maybe we hadn't had a conversation since then. I'm sure I have followed up with them because I stay on top of my follow-up consistently. But maybe we have not had the opportunity to schedule another one-on-one call, a follow-up one-on-one call to catch up with each other. Then I definitely need to have a catch-up call with that person, because I'm sure what they're doing now is not the same and doesn't look the same as it did back in 2019 either, right? That's been a while ago. So you definitely want to stay up to date with those. I mean, the conversation you had in the beginning, yes, y'all learned how to, what needed to take place for y'all to support each other. But with the way things change, you might not can support them in that same way now. It may be you can support them in a different way, but you need to know what that way is, right? So you need to learn that in that conversation. Moving on. Number 3, not enough time. This is one of the root causes, and I see this a lot. When I work with people, I look for ways to fine-tune their schedule, even if they don't ask for it, because often this is the first excuse. I don't have enough time. And for that person, in that moment, that may be a fact, right? However, if you fine-tune your schedule and you just schedule, like for me, and if y'all follow me on social media, I post all the time, Follow Up Friday. So if you need to pick a specific day of the week, whether it's Friday or it's another day of the week, whatever day works best for you, pick a specific day of the week of when you're going to do your follow-up. For me, it's Fridays. I have several different systems in place for follow-up, for different lists of people that I have, whether it's my client list, whether it's just my regular follow-up list of people in my network that I follow up with on a regular basis. I have systems in place that I use on a regular basis to follow up with those that I have met in the past. So here's a few ways that you can overcome these issues, okay? Number 1, make sure you set clear goals and objectives for each task that you take on, okay? Number 2, if assigning the task to someone else, make sure they understand the task. Don't ask them if they understand. Ask them to explain it back to you. You can delegate your follow-up if you need to. If you think you're not going to be able to get to it, or, whatever the case may be, that is definitely a task that you can delegate to someone else to do for you, okay? Number 3, have a clear starting point and milestones. Getting started is the hardest part. It really, really is. Once you get started or have someone get started for you, it's much easier to direct them in the way you want them to go with your follow-up. It also gets them involved, and it's hard to quit once you invest your time into something, right? Number 4, get them involved in the creative process, creating your follow-up process. Maybe you and that person can do it together and get it set up the way it needs to be set up for your business, right? If you want someone enrolled in the process and to take ownership of it, get them to help create it, right? Number 5, get clear on the value that this task is going to bring, okay? Attach it to goals and dreams and how this task plays a pivotal role in accomplishing those goals and dreams. Because guys, like I said, if you don't have a follow-up system in place, you haven't been doing this in the past, you're losing money. You really, really are, because the people you've met in the past that maybe have been a part of your network, part of your world, whatever, maybe even a past client or customer that you've worked with in the past, they're not going to remember you. You have to stay in front of them, whether it's through your follow-up system, whether it's maybe through a newsletter, maybe it's a past client you've worked with in the past, and right now y'all are not working together, but you did get them on your email newsletter list while you were working with them. Then they're still seeing what you have going on. If you're putting all that information in your newsletter, which you should. That's a different topic for a different day. But yes, if they're getting your email newsletter, then they're seeing exactly what you still have going on in your business. So that's important. If they don't get that newsletter, following up with them on a regular basis is also important, whether it's a phone call, a text, an email, whatever that looks like for you. You can do follow-up in various different ways, or send them a snail mail, just checking in. Send them a card. You'd be surprised the responses you get from a physical card in the mail. That's one of my favorite ways to follow up. And if you're in my world, you know that because you've probably received a card from me. So set up whatever way works best for you and your business and those that you are connected to, okay? Moving on. Number 6, set expectations, not just for the follow-up, but what you expect will come from it long and short term, okay? Like, I've been in business since 2018, guys. I've got a lot of people on my follow-up list because I have come in contact and I have met numerous, and I mean numerous of people since I started my business in 2018. I still follow up with those that I met back in 2018 and 2019 and try to get on their calendar for a call to kind of catch up, because I know their business probably looks a whole lot different than it did when we first met, just as mine does, right? So moving on. Number 7, be clear how important this is. If you need to make a list of other things going on, say this week, and rank where this falls or lands on the list, so that helps you know how important it is. And a suggestion, I'd make it 1, 2, or 3 within the first 3 on your list, especially if you don't have a follow-up system already and this is not something that you have been doing on a regular basis. The follow-up needs to be one of the top 3 on your list. It needs to get done. A system needs to be put in place, whether you do the follow-up or whether you delegate it out to someone and let someone else do it for you. If you have questions about setting up a follow-up system or what that might look like for you and your business, let's have a conversation. I'll be happy to talk to you about it and help you figure out the best system to implement for your business. So if you want to learn more about how to stay in touch, how to build power partners, how networking can influence your business and help you grow your business, I invite you to join the Networking Method Launchpad. We start, tomorrow is our first day. Wednesday, April 23rd is the very first day of the Networking Method Launchpad. I invite you to sign up for it. You do need to sign up in order to participate because everything is going to be happening in a private Facebook group. So when you sign up, you are invited to join that specific group where everything is going to be taking place. You don't want to miss this. There's a lot going on. On day one, we're going to be talking about exactly what networking is. And that's big. It's huge. It really, really is huge. So a lot of good stuff is going to be shared. There's going to be homework involved. There's going to be prizes involved. There's going to be bonuses involved. So yeah, all kind of good stuff is going to be involved in this 3-day event. And tomorrow is the first day, April 23rd, 2 p.m. Eastern time is when day one takes place. You don't want to miss it. So I will share the link under this video so you can sign up. Because like I said, you do have to sign up in order to participate because it all takes place in a private group. And if you're not in that private group, you're not going to be able to participate in anything or learn from it. So please do go ahead and sign up for this. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And again, if you have any questions about what I shared about follow-up today, let's have a conversation. I'll be happy to explain it further or help you figure out the best follow-up system to put in place for your business. Hope everyone has a great week, and I will see you again soon.